Hello, guys. What is up? Hello, how are you guys? I got like four people here. Great. Great. Thanks for coming. Thanks for taking just a few minutes to share with me. It means a lot. It really means a lot. And I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. I've been brutal enough, man. What is up? What is up? Great. Great to see you here, man. Awesome. I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while, but I've been very, very busy. Alice, what's up? Nice to see you here too. Another fan, another fan. Um, but I've been busy, work, life, trying to find that kind of balance. But but I've been wanting to do this because people, I think they should know who I am, why I make this, why am I making this channel possible? Um, of course, why do I play bass? That's one of the most important things. Why the bass and not another instrument? Um, and a little bit where I'm from, you know. Um, Believe me or not, people think I'm from Argentina, but no, I'm not from Argentina. I live here. Great, beautiful place called Buenos Aires, and I've been living here for about 8 years now. 8 years. And where am I originally from? Well, I'm from Venezuela. I don't want to get into politics because that's not the idea. Let's say that I had to move. I really had to move and get out of there. Um, so it's like my wife and well, I still call them kids, moved over here like 8 years ago. Yeah, start a new life. Yeah, beginning from scratch, guys. At 47, that's tough. That is tough. I had all my life over there in Venezuela, and it was reduced to just a couple of luggages. That's it. A couple of suitcases, and that's it. So starting over, that was fun. Believe me or not, people say, "What? You're crazy. How could you say that?" Yeah, it was fun. I told my wife, like, we're like 20 years old again, you know? And yeah, because when we arrived, I mean, we had already rented the apartment we're living over here for, I mean, before we arrived. So we had where to stay. And of course, it was all empty, you know? I couldn't bring with me all my gear. I left, I still have bases in Venezuela over my mother-in-law's house. And man, they're quite expensive to ship over here. So I was able to come with my acoustic bass, um, and that's it. No more. And well, finding a job, well, et cetera, et cetera. That was a challenge. And but with effort, I was able to buy my stuff little by little. I always say that when you have the will, you will always find the way. So it took me a couple years to get my first bass, first electric bass, including the my amplifier, my first amplifier, and then the pedals. Man, that took me a long time. Remember, came here and started from scratch, from zero, guys. Um, I guess that's not fair, 47, starting over. But well, things have changed, and that's amazing. And let me tell you what I did in Venezuela. I used to have a music school in Venezuela. My wife and I were the directors. Um, we taught singing. I mean, the school taught singing, um, guitar, bass, violin, piano, keyboard. So it was pretty complete. And that's sort of why I wanted to start this channel. I wanted to leave like something behind, you know. And hey, Misterios del Faraón, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for the support. Um, so that's why I started this channel. Um, I wanted to teach, and leave you some. I mean, with the bass, which is my specialty, um, to teach, to leave something behind. I think that goes with age and the fact that you wanna leave something behind. Um, and that's mainly the reason why I'm here. You know, to have a different vision. Bass. Um, I got a lot of colleagues back in Venezuela that told me, man, the bass is not supposed to be played like that. How can you do that? You're not supposed to, the bass is just, just the groove, a slap, and that's it. But I wanted to push the boundaries. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. Oh, Dan Drower, are you familiar with the bass player Craven Moorhead? Um, I'm awful with names, but where does he? In what band does he play? Is he a solo bassist? Let me know. But I haven't heard of him. Craven Moorhead. Wow, never heard of him. Well, possibly I have, but I have a terrible memory with like specific names. Um, but let me know. Let me know if he plays in a band. So, like I was saying, I love to push the boundaries of the bass. Um, like Victor Wooten. I don't know if you guys heard of Michael Manring, awesome bass player. And of course, Flea and so on. So, but I focus on the distortion. If you've been following me for a while, I'm a huge fan of distortion on bass, but not to. Well, that's why I had a lot of colleagues telling me, "Man, what are you doing with the bass?" But it's just a matter of control. If it's too much, it just sounds muddy. You know, it just sounds muddy. So you have to control that power, um, and make it sound musical. That's the tough thing. So I try to use techniques like tapping, pinch harmonics, just even power chords. With power chords you can do a lot. You can do a lot with them. Um, you don't need to be like so sophisticated playing the bass to make good music. It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be complex. Um, so yeah, that's basically why I want to. I want to leave something behind, but not just playing slap, is playing bass or playing real fast. It's like being a great bass player. I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. Just a matter of what emotions you want to convey. Connect with the public on an emotional level. That is amazing when you do that. When you do that. This channel is to help you like get ideas. If you're a bass player, it doesn't matter if you're just beginning or an expert, just to give you ideas on what you can do with distortion. Not only just focus on the slap. Slap is nice. I have nothing against it. Um, but I don't know, try more, messing around with distortion on the bass. Okay. Well, and also when I was in teaching bass, because I taught bass a little bit in the school, I had questions like, "Teacher, how long would it take me to go from beginning to awesome?" Be like, "Whoa, okay." I said, "Man, you have to work a little bit. Have to be persistent. You can do it." But I don't know. With the new generation, I don't know. They want something like for yesterday. You know what I mean? And it's a little sad. It's a little sad. Okay, well, how I got into bass playing? This is weird. Um, I began playing bass. I would say late in my life. Okay, why? Because I had been a guitar player. I don't know. For as long as I can remember, I had like I was like 13, I guess, maybe less. Um, and I used to play guitar. Believe me or not, yeah, yeah. I know that people know me as a bass player, but not as a guitar player. Of course, I enjoy the music. I enjoy playing guitar. But when I started the music school, and this is the turning point. This was like my before and after. When I had the music school, um, and I remember that we were finding or looking for bass teachers. I said, "Well, I play guitar. Just being a bass player. It's a piece of cake. Just the last four strings, and that's it. Just C, D, A, and whatever." And there's a student um, who said, and this student changed my life. "Have you ever heard of Victor Wooten? I would like to play like him." And I said, "Okay, let me see who he is." As soon as I saw and heard what he can do with the bass, I said, "That's what I've been missing all my life." That's how I became a bass player. Oh, Alice, it was easy to play the bass. Well, that's a good question. That's an excellent question, Alice. I already had the knowledge of being a guitar player. Yes, they use all these techniques, tapping and pinch harmonics, and I put all that knowledge into playing bass. Okay, so but yes, I had to work up because the strings are different, um, and the instrument is a lot bigger than the guitar. But besides that, no, I mean just a lot of work, patience. But um, I wouldn't say that it was easy, but just takes a little time to get down the fundamentals, and that's about it. So yeah, I was a guitar player, and when this student told me about Victor Wooten, I investigated him and I started studying. So I would say that I'm a self-taught bass player, but having like the knowledge of a guitar player. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And of course, as a guitar player, I love distortion, man. I won't lie to you. Yes, I'm in love with distortion. And I had always wondered if I was able to do that um, with a bass. And yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I don't need like a lot of gear. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the posts that I only have like three pedals: an overdrive, a delay, and an auto wah pedal. That's it. That's my gear. And with that, you can do wonders. You don't need to have like I don't know, a rack of 1,000 pedals to sound like, oh, great. I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. It's just a matter of taking the time and learning and and trying different sounds with each pedal, and until you get it right, and having the right amount of distortion. That's the key point. Having the right amount of distortion. Just to avoid that muddy, that you can't that muddy sound that you can't distinguish if it's a C, a D, or an E. Um, well, inclusively in my journey of learning how to use distortion on the bass, uh, I tune my bass differently, or I use alternate tuning. By the way, I use a five-string bass, and as you know, if you're a bass player, you know that the lowest string is a B. I don't tune my bass that way. I tune my bass starting from an E to C, E A D G C. That high C helps me get, like those tones that are like in between a bass and a guitar. And sometimes when you hear, you're like, man, that sounds like a guitar, but also sounds like a bass. So I love that. Um, I love that. I really love that. And that really makes the bass sound. Well, if you guys have seen my video, bass sounds like you have seen it. Like you have heard it. And it's a different world. It's a different world when you do distortion. So let me know, guys. Um, have you tried distortion on the bass? Do you have any questions about that? No? Sure. Okay. I mean, really, if you have any, don't be shy. If you have any questions about using distortion, I don't know what kind of genres you like listening to, or do you play to. If you have, um, no, okay, okay, great. Well, yeah, my love for distortion is huge. I won't lie to you, and I always try to push myself, push the boundaries, to do it, to make it sound musical, you know, musical. That's the idea. This is it. So that's why I opened. Okay, brutal laugh. I always wanted a distorted bass and a clean acoustic guitar. You know what I did once? Um, yeah, I know it never happened. You know what I did once, buddy? Um, I tried to play bass and guitar at the same time, and you say like, how? I had the bass on, and I used my the left hand, and I had the guitar on. I think it was on a table or something, and started doing this stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's possible. Just it's a little bit uncomfortable to have the strength here playing the notes, and then over here tapping, the guitar. It's possible. It's just a lot of work and uncomfortable. Really, really uncomfortable. Um, but acoustic guitar, yes, I heard you play, buddy. I heard you play. You play well. You play well. I haven't seen you play bass. I don't remember if you told me about if you have a bass in your house or you sold it. Um, you have. Oh, that is interesting. You have the contra guitar and bass combined. I don't remember the name. There's a guy that play. I think it's called harp guitar. I don't remember the artist's name. Uh, Michael Hedges. Michael Hedges. Michael Hedges. He plays like it has like the two things in one, like a bass and a guitar at the same, but acoustic. Acoustic. Oh yes, acoustic bass. Yes. 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 You're right. You're right. The acoustic bass is one of those instruments that people don't really, or in the bass community, they don't like too much because it's like too bulky, too big and comfortable. Um, I'm sorry. Google contra. Okay, I'll Google that. Thanks. Thanks. Um, the acoustic bass is in the bass community. I've noticed that they're hated, and I don't know why. I have an acoustic bass. It's a beautiful instrument. Has beautiful sounds, but they say no, it's uncomfortable. It's too big. But yeah, I've made a couple of videos on my acoustic bass, and they're great. The sound is great, and also I use alternate tuning for the acoustic bass as well. Um, it's a four string, but I use ADGC again, that high C again, which helps me with a lot with the harmonics and things like that. And tapping, I like doing tapping on the acoustic bass. Sound pretty cool. So it's a versatile instrument as well. I don't know why it gets a lot of hate. I think it's I think it's because of the size, maybe. I heard also that doesn't have it's not loud enough. But man, once you plug that baby into an amplifier, it's another world. It's another world. Well, I won't make this live too long. I just wanted to let you know a little bit from where I come from. Uh, eh, come from Argentina. Yes, exactly. It's great for practicing at home, my friend. It's great. Just wanted to let you know just that, where I'm from and my views on the bass, specifically the distortion on it. Um, and why make this channel? Just to give you a different perspective. You don't have to listen to what everybody says, like, no, the bass is supposed to do this, the bass is supposed to do that. Be a rebel. Just make it sound musical. That's it. But but yeah. Hey buddy. Man, nice to see you here. The League of the Keeper of the Brightman. Great. It's a great channel, by the way. By the way, if you like pipes, this guy, go to his channel. And also another bass player. Yes, bass player team. Man, great to see you. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a couple of. Oh yes, yes, the YTPC guys are here. The YTPC. That's great to see you guys. It means a lot. It means a lot. Um, the League of the Keepers of the Briar. I think I read it right. The League of the Keepers of the Briar. I don't remember if you played the acoustic or the electric, buddy. I don't remember. I know you told me that you play the bass, but I'm not sure if it's acoustic or electric. Awesome, both. Yeah. I was just talking about that acoustic bass gets a lot of hate from the bass community because it's bulky, it's uncomfortable, you can't hear. I mean, doesn't sound that, doesn't have a, oh my God, my words are like all mixed up. It's not loud enough. So, but no, it's a beautiful bass. I mean, it's a beautiful instrument and very versatile as well. I love that. I love that. Oh, you guys might be wondering, where did I pick up my English? I used to live in the United States, in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Mount Lebanon, Pittsburgh. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. Great city, great city, great city. Um, I miss the States. I miss the States. Acoustic was easier than the electric. Yeah, from some people, yeah. Yeah. I heard that before from my students back in Venezuela a long time ago. Yeah, they say that. But these little kids sometimes, I don't know, they want like everything for yesterday. Oh, from awesome, I mean, from nothing to awesome, how long does it take? They just wanted everything for like now. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's easier to control the tone. Yeah, that is true. But I want to hear, man. I want to hear you play. I haven't. I know. I think I saw you playing guitar, but man, why don't you play the bass? Put it on YouTube. That would be nice. My friend, brutal enough. That'd be great. Well, guys, I won't make this too long. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. Um, enjoy. Well, it's a holiday here, so Monday's a holiday, so I'm gonna have a nice long weekend and just relax. I don't work this week, so I'm like, whatever. Okay. Well, guys, take care. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for everything. Bye bye.